Hello, good evening. I'm gonna make another video of a little bit of making fun of the Hook, the invisible stalker. You think I don't see you, Hook? You think I don't know you? You think I don't know you stalk me? You think I don't see your jealousy or envy? But let me keep you for later on, because I think you are the short man that follows me around, and you're a short dude, and you have envy, and you are trying to wash money behind my back by expressing shortness, low self-esteem, or maybe boldness, and then you see me as a lonely guy in the world, and then you are trying to show off what you think you got. But like they say so many times about the devil, not worth it talk about him. I think it's about you that it's not worth it talk about. So I'm gonna make the rest of the video. So this message is to the world. Here it's me, one guy. I'm a victim of a cyber scam and world predictions and stuff. The 80% of the world, it's corrupted, and it's American took over the whole world. Basically, almost no one in the planet Earth can surpass or have the guts to face American against anything. So we have like an idiot president that runs the country there, and runs the United States. They have a bunch of low-life presidents that hang around trying to get paid from like past life presidencies. I'm trying to help Obama not to. I don't know what's going on with him. He's always upset, and he always have to be flirting with some girl, remind me about the American San Francisco, California subjects that set up my life for failure and all this. I don't even know why. I don't even know if Obama is really real or if he's a robot. Because if he was Obama and he is what he said he is, and he had gone to Harvard and everything, I would never allow Americans to speak to me or to my family or to my daughters the way they do to him and to his family. I'm here, I'm telling the world that I'm here to help Africans, to help me, to put Brazil back up again, to help Brazilian economy, and no one is interacting with me, no one is helping me, no one is talking to me, no one is dealing with me. What's gonna happen pretty soon is like I'm sick of Brazilians now. I'm gonna be leaving from here, and I'm gonna end up dying by myself, this is what American wants to happen to me, which is good for me because that's what I want. Imagine me going back to San Francisco, California, and try to win a stranger person that life put in my life to be married with me, so that strangers could go digging the whole internet to try to get something out of the story that they set up against myself. Probably the governments, they're all fake, and they give benefits to gold diggers and prostitutes. Like when I say prostitute, I'm not talking about the criminal cocaine prostitutes. I'm talking about prostitutes like slut women. Women that fuck anyone from Hollywood, anyone with a credit card, anyone with a better car, anyone with anything. These are the people I'm talking about, the women I'm talking about. This is the women that are daring anyone in the internet. Women that destroyed whole countries. Women that give orders to black people to murder men like me or other teenagers, or people that are trying to win life or get something out of life. Those are the women I'm talking about. The women that they are together with fake police. You have to understand that all police are fake now. They're all a bunch of guys. Sometimes they're bald, sometimes they're black, sometimes they are short, they are low self-esteem, and they join the police career so that they can try to get a cure for their low self-esteems. And they use guys like me to help them to start learn how to be a man. Throughout the United States, they have bases, hidden bases, BASE, full of teenagers and guys that are trying to, they have no childhood history or life or any life history. They just stay in a base. Sometimes they fuck each other, but most of the times they practice martial arts and they work out, and they're preparing to be a super soldiers. Then they will try to take over marriage throughout the world. It's called the mission of a better man. They start watching you through satellite or through cameras, through fake government cameras. There's a little show about this guy that did fake Jesus guy. He did a person of interest. If you go www.personofinterest.com, I think it's .com, it's not .org. His name is Jim Carroll, something like this. He pretends to be Jesus, but he's kind of like wasting our life and our youth. Or you're wasting all of us, because through Jesus, we poor people, we could have the chance to win something, to buy a house, to buy a car, to raise a family, to get anything out of life. But because they brainwashed me about this, and they sent me to the United States, they fool myself with fake bills and cars and a bunch of stuff, and then they pretend to be in court. They pretend they faked courts, they faked federal courts, they faked tickets on my name, they faked everything to destroy my life until I was on my 30s. Now I'm in my 40s. I'm not. How am I going to get back to 90s? And even the satanic women that runs the world, they're not letting me work. They place a bunch of gay kids throughout my neighborhood. They're yapping 24/7. They have a lot of energy. People give them a lot of good food, so they yap all the time. When we go poop, they know. When we go shower, they know. When we go out, they know. Anything, they know about if we work, if we don't work. They know who working, who is not working. They gossip throughout the internet. They are being paid to just stay home and play video game and then masturbate. Sometimes most of the kids they're already doing sex when they're 10, 11, 12. It's all normal now. There's no bigger authorities that we can go to, or a doctor. We can go have a therapy and ask what's really is going on in the world, and ask for help. And there's no religion. Israel is full of shit. The president of Israel, he's full of shit. He's become a type of a Putin. And those gay guys, they just want to practice homosexual. They want to be world leaders, and they want to have as many women as they want. And if you have a loved one, or if you have ever fell in love by mistake or throughout, people they manipulate the cells of your brain to make you fall in love, and then the subject that came to your life pretend to be all perfect and stuff. She tried so hard to be so perfect for you so that you could fall in love for her. This is all set up. You got fooled. You got served. You got, like they say, you got punked. They probably stole many things about you. You not even knew that they stole it from you. And probably your publics in social life, it's no good anymore. So when they do like this, society, it's closing up against you. This is what they did to me. That's how they do to homeless. That's how they do to so many people. I'm still have my ID. I'm still living with. I came to my mother's house because they threat to blow they threat to blow Brazil. And when I was coming back from the United States, trying to understand what was happening to me, why my old friends for 10 years, they all turned their backs on me, and why United States, they helped a lot of Mexicans, even being immigrants, and they didn't help me, and they set only me to fail. And then they try to push me against black people throughout United States, other states, so that I could maybe get killed or something else. They placed a lot of crimes against me. They tried to kill me so many times, and thank God I made it back home. But I'm not going to stay here because they're starting here again. All the teenagers and all the guys in Brazil, the armies in Brazil gave a gun to each of them. I wasn't here. So each of them become the army and the police's bitch. So all the guys in Brazil, they got a gun, they got a weapon and stuff, but they are the police and the army's bitch. whatever they tell them to do, they have to obey, and probably they're gonna be killed before the cops and the armies. That's how they do. They're kind of like a shield of the army and the police, just to carry on guns and be able to go through ghettos and stuff and fuck as many teenagers as they can on parties and stuff. I haven't had a relationship with a woman for so long because I think they are trying to get me killed, so I don't know who's gonna come to me with HIV. My ex, this woman that this subject they placed to me, she created a little life about me so that she could collect benefit from government and go get fucked throughout many places and countries, Hawaii, China, India, and then to start problems. So whenever I talk about her, there's problems. She's the person. They investigated my life, my childhood, and then they put her as supposed. She might think I'm still in love with her, or I don't know if she might think I would go back to her. I wouldn't. I probably I would never live with a woman like this again, but. Did I love her? Yeah, I did love her, but they are making my personal life as a code of the whole world for every single human being. They're using the word truth to relate to male kind's butthole so that kids can play around and having a reaction on each guys that they want to piss off butthole. And there is a way to control all of this. If we had the real police, real feds, real police, not just Brazilians buying police badges and being showing off as, oh, I'm a Brazilian, now I'm in the United States and I'm a cop. No, not this. I'm talking about real police, real responsible police that runs the world. Not rich families with Obama campaign or Facebook should take over real estates and banks. No, not that. I'm talking about the police. They're not getting paid from the public. They don't need the public to survive. They have their own bases. They are the police. If the police would help me, I would be able to shut this whole organization up. They can't let the cocaine and Pablo Escobar doing his thing all alone. I don't care. I don't do coke. And I spoke to one of them back in the days, and he was very polite. He offered me. I said, no, I don't do it. He never appeared again. So they are very polite sometimes. They probably are the most rich people in the world because they sell cocaine. Who doesn't do cocaine in America? Almost everybody does cocaine in America. And I think it's good for them. They should do it, and they should better the cocaine each year more and more. And they should make cocaine very, very pure and very, very nice for them because Americans really like that. And I think that helps them to think, and they do a lot of science. They go to space. They do a lot of things. But they should just like do more to public, you know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that just because there's three classes like rich, middle class, and poor class that they have to kill the poor people like this way. They should just like we have rights as humans. Humans have rights, but this is not what they're doing. They're filling Africa with uncontrollable censor of human beings. They're not letting us do research. They are making all the Afro-Americans, Afro-descendants into criminals and people with a very mean and bad set to kill others and swing to whoever it goes, try to relate to them. This is not what we have to do. I'm here, and if you are African American, if you are African, if you want to talk to me, if you're not an animal, like a lot of kids sometimes they show up, they treat like an animal. If you're not an animal, if you are a human being, if you want to talk to me, if you don't want to show off what you got, what you stole it from life, and how rich you are, and if you just want to talk to me and help me to help African people that need help, I'm here to work with you. It's very simple. We just need one car, and we need to find one true cop. The rest, they're all gay. They're all working a transvestite campaign. They push guys like me away from women, and then they measure our penis. If you don't have a huge penis, they start picking on you. They put the girls away from you. They're already jealous and envy about guys like us, like me, with high self-esteem, and then they start picking on you. They put a lot of gay people around you. They force you not to have sex with them. They cut your money. They cut your car. They cut your relations. So you stop. If you don't have the brain that I have, you're gonna stop liking women. So you're gonna start stopping doing women. they're gonna start pissing you off a lot, like they piss me a lot all the time, kids and stuff. There's gonna be a mass of people trying to piss you off. Kids are evil. You just haven't seen yet, but maybe someday will happen to you, and then you will understand. Maybe it's gonna be too late. I've seen so many videos, my friend. I've seen deep webs and stuff. What they do to guys, they make the guy divorce. They marry the guy and then keep the guy home, and he thinks he's gonna make a in life, and then they make them break up. She cheated on him, and then they send the guy as a criminal to bring him to abandoned place, and then they kill him there. Like, there's so many murders. Brazil, it's not like this. We have a special police that's supposed to investigate murders and stuff. When they're not investigating, everyone can kill and do anything like this, and nobody cares. This means that it's war. It's not normal. This is not normal. And I bet that Nicole and all the girls from the United States, they send me there to be like a tracker. For example, right now I'm talking to you. If I'm looking to you through my eyes, they would be looking at you. I don't know how they do it. I think it's a body reposition. They study about you, they study about your routine, and then they start, they take their spirit out of their bodies and they send it to your body. But when their spirit to land on you, you not even notice, because you're so used. Sometimes they send as an energy. Sometimes a lot of mean people, they send it to your butt and goes right in. There's so many ways to make body reposition. That's how women spy on men. That's why there's so many men that women take over their body and they become gay and they not even notice, because they start. She comes in and then the guy start liking, because the gay atmosphere is very relaxing, it's very engaging, and then you start feeling more. Hold on a second. You see a girl just shouted what I just said. It's so fast. Someday I'm gonna explain you about the tricks that the mind can do, and the things that the talents the human mind can do, but you not even know. As many people you have, as more accurate your mind will work. I'm completely by myself. Probably my mom is stalking me because she's so worried about me. And even though I push her away, in spiritually speaking, she still does not respect my space. But this is because she's worried about me all the time. My mom lives 24 hours towards us, which is kind of creepy, but it's the mother, so you give the excuse because it's the mother. Probably she didn't. My mom suffered a very, very harsh divorce with my father, so she lost families and stuff. So my mom must be very weak, and must be very difficult for her to let go of me. You know, I start finding out this through an ex-girlfriend of mine. She used to send me hidden messages I never understood. Then I started paying attention to my mother, and then I saw that women do those things. So my neighbor does this. She's all the time here. That's why she's always like check on me, peeing, going to the bathroom, going to take a shower. These people just have nothing to do. But they're just like they're so like low lives, and they're just diggers, they're just stalkers, people that just are sick, they just need help, and in Brazil do not provide civilians with this help. The police is laughing at me right now because they're savage, they have no principles. Like I said, guys with, let's say there's one guy that I admire, Sergio Mora. I don't know him, but I admire his style. Women only look at him for the looks and the money that he got and the position that he is. This is not what men admire other men. Women in Brazil, they're all hookers, they're all like sluts. They go with anyone with a better position in life. So this doesn't matter in our conversation. So you should just disregard a prostitute or a slut screaming out there, because she just doesn't have any sense of reality or notion of space or to respect some other human being. It's just how they are. So like I was saying, these women, they make body reposition. So I understand. I know when they're here. I know when they're in my spiritual body, my spiritual house. I know when they're attacking me. I know when children are working towards. They get a lot of good food, so they have a lot of energy to spend stalking and bullying other people. That's what they do in school. They're not studying. They're studying with each other. They're talking with each other. Americans, they have books and they're writing books and they have one leader. They have, for example, if children like me, they will make a guy just like me, a clone of guy just like me, much better guy like me, and then they will tell the kids, don't follow Abimael, follow our clone, and then the clone will make a book, and then the kids will follow only his book. So they will never understand my concerns in my life and my sorrows, my sadness and my stuff. So they will never develop a feeling towards me. The women, they're working towards royalty. They are trying to take over territory, a lot of territories, as I am trapped in my mom's house. A lot of guys are trapped in shelters, albergs. Blonde women with sexy bodies, they work with their bodies. They're gaining territories throughout the world, because later on, if some of us escape, they will try to trap us as royalty. Because women, women, they are satanic. They don't have any principles. If you hit them, they will laugh at your face. They will like it. If you burn them, if you read books and you read about like how they used to burn witches, witches don't exist. They were women. When they used to burn witches in public and stuff, the women used to laugh at man in his face. They used to laugh like, oh, you're just a loser, you're still not you. They used to die and scream to the man like, oh, I'm dying, he burning stuff. The woman's burning, she's like screaming bad stuff. Oh, I'm dying, but it's still not you. I'm still not gonna give it to. It's just like this, you know. It's so sad. How can, for example, like I said, I lived in the United States 10 years. People pretend for 10 years, and then after I left, they start this hell that they are living right now. For 10 years, I never felt anything in my butt. I never felt any people surrounding me, anybody making body reposition on me. I lived, I used public transportation. I drove my car, I rode my bike, I went to the beach. I had a dog, I had a couple wives, I had relationships and stuff. I worked, I delivered, I went in and out all buildings in San Francisco, California. I know each and every corner of that city. I know all the pretenders. If I walk through this downtown cities and I see guys that I knew back in the day, you can bet that they're all actors. They're all like set up some store they build the scenario for me for 10 years so that I could build the memory that I have now that I would expose, and then they would make more business out of what I saw. And this way I would make a huge mass of survey for free for them, while Americans get paid to get survey, to keep people inside the underground homes that they're gonna start making underground homes. They'll get bank credits, fake credit loans and stuff, and then they will no longer do how they used to do to interact with us. Kids, when I was in the United States, you never see a kid in the street like in Brazil, kids shouting like this, kids begging for my attention. I never saw this before in my entire life in the United States. It doesn't exist. Kids, they spend their entire life in school. Then they come out trying to take people's property and people's business. Sometimes it's a hot woman walks right in the company. She fucks with the boss and takes your position and stuff. She goes online. She waits until you make a very good idea. If you have a very good idea of app or website or anything like this, trust me, you cannot surpass me, Abimael. Anything you put in the internet, I can go there and I surpass you. But you cannot surpass me. I'll tell you, I bet my life with you. You cannot surpass me. I know everything about the United States. I know how to surpass you on anything you do online. The only thing I cannot surpass you is the money that it's not getting to me, and I cannot fake money because I don't have the material and I don't have a lab. Like many people, they live off of fake money and they run the fake money throughout public. But me, they destroyed my image. So whenever I go try to pass a fake money, people will check. So they do this to me so that I get depend on others and stuff. But Brazilians and Americans, they have a lot of guys that work for them as strangers. So it's very easy for them to pass it out fake money throughout the world. They closed me from Uber. It's another fake. Do you know what I think? I think when I was young and when life wasn't, Brazil still was Brazil, American and British people haven't stole Brazil from the people yet. And we used to had a government, we were strong and stuff. We had the littorals like the beach, right? So we Brazilians, they weren't this bunch of gay rich kids that just keep extremely poor and then they are extremely rich and then they just it's like this. Whatever is new, United States sent to São Paulo. São Paulo keeps the what is surprise and then only give nothing to the rest of Brazil. The power of Brazil used to be in Rio de Janeiro. Now it's in Brasilia, DF, but actually who runs Brazil is São Paulo. São Paulo runs the entire Brazil. They're kind of gothic and they get all the surprises that comes through life, technology, new phones, new clothes, new women, new any news that's going on in the world goes to São Paulo, to a different dimension which they've been living off of it the whole life that we exist. They stole everything from the rest of Brazil. The rest of Brazil is all a bunch of farmers. They get mad and offended pretty easy because the real Brazilians from São Paulo, they manipulate the rest of Brazil from distance. And the people in Brazil, the rest of Brazil, they don't know that São Paulo is manipulating them from distance through thought suggestion, thought provoking, to so many other ways, to crime, to drug dealers, and crack is the biggest enemy of them. I went to São Paulo, I was horrified. I never smoked crack. I don't know if they're just playing or pretending, I don't know if those things are scenario just for me to see, so that I could see all that, and I did see all that, and then feel terrified the way I am. But it was sad to see the crack. I don't know if crack is really real, if they are really smoking. Those never seen or spoke to someone that did like really close to really check if the person was really sick. I don't know if it's BS but if they are really doing it. But there is a lot of crack in Brazil. So São Paulo is the one running them. São Paulo is the state, it's fooling the rest of Brazil. There's a couple guys that send their nasty spirits towards me. I feel them too. I can feel. I know who it is. I know. Now I'm getting so good that I know who it is. I know. I can feel jealousy. I can feel envy towards other people. In my neighborhood here, it used to be a very good neighborhood, but now they're trying to play rich as rich people. They're not rich. They're just like okay neighborhood, and probably the gossiping that I came from the United States broke. This is kind of like for them, it's the best because they just want a reason to be in a bar talking shit about whoever passes by. And they want me to confront them so that they can try to call the police on me. I will not surrender. I'm going to end up here hitting someone or killing someone. And then that's what they want. They want me to get in jail or killed in the spot. So before I die, I want to understand why they chose me, because, I want to understand why me. I look back in my childhood, I don't talk to any one of those guys anymore. I never done anything like, children are trying to use me as an excuse for the little things that will happen in school and stuff, but they just want an excuse to relate to man's butthole and society and human beings and the evil people that know that I love kids. I always loved kids. I don't like kids anymore, but I used to love kids a lot. They're closing up this part of me because somehow society and evil humans, they're trying to cut any relation that I might have with women, children, or any chance to start a family. I can notice now that Hollywood celebrities are running the world. They are more sarcastic, they are more gay. The people that I used to admire the most, they are the most actors that are showing off more on the internet. So the internet is basically my entire life in the internet. Everything about my ex-wife is there. Our home is there. They're even using our cat. We are the only one that have those cats. They're putting those cats on the internet. They didn't give us a dime. So anyone that are different get there and poop on the internet, they get billionaire. But us, me or ex-wife, we don't get paid anything. I think they were all involved in September 11. I think September 11, if those people really died, if that wasn't a BS, I think it's BS too. I think that was all scenarios from Hollywood, and I think none of that happened. But if it did happen, I think they were all involved. I think all those presidents, they were involved. I think they have differences between each other, and then they decide to set up the American intelligence, set up a thing to kill many people, you know. And I was there, and then probably they used me to take people's attention away from the scene. Sometimes I hate Americans, and I wish there was a war that I could join and go there and kill as many Americans as I could. But my hate does not surpass the love that I developed. A love, not a love, but I developed admiration towards Americans so much, because if it wasn't Americans, I wouldn't be here speaking English. I would not know the things that I know. I might not speak the way they might expect me to speak, but I feel a certain way that only Americans can teach. It doesn't matter if they're gay or if they're not and stuff like this, but sometimes I do want them to all die. But when you think about a life, how worth it is a life, if you think about it, it's really not necessary them to die, because Americans, they practice more forgiveness. They're the only ones that really practice trying to keep Christianity, you know. What would be life without Christianity? What would be life if Afro descendants and only Arabics run the world? We would all be enslaved. People would be inside my house right now shouting names of Allah and crazy names and stuff, and I wouldn't be able to say anything, only if I killed a guy. So we would be killing people all the time. It would be like a West Bank everywhere in our lives. So that's why I'm going to leave. And for me, it's a very tough decision, because for me to leave this place, it's like there's nothing around me, only jungle around me. Where am I going to go? I had the plan to go to Puerto Rico after they set up my life in San Francisco, California. They destroyed my life. They set me for failure. I thought I was going to go to Puerto Rico and give a continuation to my life. My life is not done. I'm not done yet. But they did set me for failure. They did use everything I got. They used my religion, history. They used my dreams, my ideals of life. They use my ideas of how I would dream to get married. Even like affairs, lost, everything they want to get. It's just like, I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm God, and I'm providing human feelings for like pathetic people that just, they are based on books that bald guys write about them after researching about them and digging on their lives, or just writing what they want to hear. You know, if I just want to hear what I want to hear, just go read a bunch of poems. And you know, poems is just so amazing. It's like sometimes I love to hear music. I just fly on music if I just want to hear what I want to hear. You know, it's not there. Now learning and digging about my own life, I can see like what Americans are trying to do. They're trying to get like other people's submission, you know, everyone's submission after they destroyed your life. So I guess they only steal youth. Once again, I'm here, and I'm not claiming anything. I'm asking you to acknowledge my videos, because pretty soon I'm gonna start going inside your house. Okay, I'm gonna start going to each departments in San Francisco, California. I hope you don't get mad. I hope it doesn't bother you, because I understand you love privacy, right? You all love privacy, but I know where each of you are. I know all of you. I know where you are. I know what you're doing. I'm not scared of you. I'm going to start making videos, and I'm going to start exposing you until you start interacting with me. Don't send criminals or ghetto people to talk to me or try to interact with me. I'm not their teachers. I'm not going to be teaching animals how to be human beings. Don't overwhelm me with your bullshit of racism and and BS of like low self-esteem and stuff. I'm not your doctor. I'm not your therapist. Try to get a life, you know. If you're a smart ass, and if you're a soldier or a cop, or if you're strong and you're buff, you're trying to show off your stuff, you know, I think you should go fuck yourself. I think you should go fuck another man. I think that's what you want to do. You not even know how to flirt a man. I think, you know, see you doing sometimes is very gay. I saw a movie of John the Maniac. You know, John, let me tell you this. I saw the vision of you guys from Master Maniac, the fighter guys. For me, you want me to fuck you guys. I think that's what you want to do. I think you guys want me to fuck you, and then you use Nicole subjects of women subjects, female subjects, to get a little bit of me, so you can feel my smell. You can feel me through women. So that's why you use females. You didn't use because you love me or anything like this. Once before, I thought Bush sent that woman to me because he meant something about gifts sometimes. So I thought he was the one that was giving a gift to everyone. I thought that was before. That once before, I thought so many people were the Lord. You know, they used to do good things for others. No, I just think you all devil. I think you're just all crazy, and you're just like all gay, crazy, and you all want to experience gayness. And then that's why you do body reposition on me, to try to make me become gay, or to have experience of gay. So you don't understand what's the right thing to do. You don't understand if it's right to be gay, if church accept, who is the church, who is going to attack, who will not. You don't understand. You don't understand Renaissance. You don't understand that Jesus forgive, that it's ex-gay can come out again, and he can try to be a man again, that God forgives him. You don't understand. You don't have a control all of this. You don't control church. You don't know how to make people respect a guy to stop being gay if he decide not to be gay again. You don't give him time to get back on his feet and start he listen to holding his whole body. You know, like our body's heavy, our spirit's very sensitive and very thin, but the body is strong. Especially if the guy is buff and stuff, it's tough for him to decide to get back. And so many guys end up doing again with another man again and again and again. And then new people try to use. It's so pathetic, because you're billionaires and you're begging me, or sometimes you're forced to use my body hole to explain your nature, your culture's homosexuality. And sometimes you're so pathetic, you even try to threat our family real estate, like you stole my family real estate in the United States so that I would have to move out. You see, it's like, I don't even know where to start, how pathetic many of you are. You stole our real estate. You involve savages in our history, in our life and stuff, which you shouldn't involve savages between us. I might sound like people lost sometimes. I understand. I remember I change subjects all the time. I don't finish a point like Americans like me to do and stuff. I am trying. But first, I need you to acknowledge me. I don't understand why you put a bunch of gay guys with tie and stuff. Oh, you have so much producers, and you're just showing off like mansions. Why are those mansions for? You're full of shit. You use people to do timeshare on the mansions and stuff, and houses that are not even yours. They're from the government and the fake police of throughout the United States. And you put fake families there to use those things. You had Marina. You have a bunch of people that taught me stuff a little bit, but she didn't write all those letters to me. She was gold digging like to all the celebrities. She even flirted with Jen. She's a flirt whisperer. She's trying to make me in love with her again, to whisper how she get fucked and sex and stuff, like trying to maybe clean Paris Hilton's image again. It's like you're so sick and pathetic. I might be poor and I fail in life. I have no career. I'm so destroyed and stuff. So what? What else you're gonna take from me? I feel so sorry for you. You know, You might think like, oh, how are you gonna hurt me? Well, I'm gonna expose how you're gonna live in the future. I'm gonna expose how it's gonna be lives in the houses in the future under the ground. There will no longer exist house outside anymore. There are all the houses gonna be under the ground. I'm gonna expose. I'm gonna create. Maybe I'm gonna create a website. There's a page. I don't know if I'm gonna start from the scratch or if I'm gonna start like already done and maybe just start putting images there so that people can understand and understand my point of view of you Americans and how you set up life. And I'm gonna expose British people how they're stealing youth and our chances to become someday somebody. They think they're holding only Queen Elizabeth's money flow, only one circle of money flow, economy flow for the whole world. This is wrong. She doesn't have this kind of power. She might have all the access throughout the world, but she shouldn't prevent us from. What else that woman needs? What is that woman? She's hungry. What is it why is so greedy? Why are you people so greedy? You know, it's like, I don't understand. What is it that you need? I mean, look at me. Look how I live. I live like it's almost like a tent. It's like I have no social life whatsoever. And it's like, why are you stealing, I need to know before I die. I need to know, why did you do this to me and to my family, to us? Why? What is our ancestors done to you? Who are our ancestors? Like, don't fake ideas about our lives in some fake labs and stuff and try to present it. Just tell me why. Why did Nicole showed up in that pool that day and rushed to get married to me to just kick me out? Like, why? Why she destroyed my life when I was living with Gina? All normal. Why did she call me? Why? Why Garrett rode that motorcycle to me if he knew that they were going to kick me out? Why? Why my own sister helped me to get that Mustang if they knew that the murder was going to blow on me? Why? Why they invited me to work on FedEx and call me for internet conversation if they were going to do what they did to me and steal from me? This is the things that it's in my mind that I want to know why, because I know how to develop them. I know how to start them. I might not have the people to work, but if I get the Africans to agree with me and we can get into agreement someday, I won't need the Asians to do the pretending payments and stuff and package handling and stuff. I can do that on my own. You know, I don't care if you put a bunch of new guys in São Paulo and you become filthy rich. I don't care. I don't care about São Paulo. I will never get back to São Paulo ever again. Rio, I don't plan to go to Rio. Probably, maybe never. I was curious because it's not that I like ghetto or like ghetto women. It's just because I give them a consideration. I see them, they are poor. It's, you know, when you look at the ghetto people from favela people, think of you going to office every day. The same thing. Sitting behind a desk, you drive the same car, you look at the same faces. You stay in highway, stuck in traffic, summer, the sun is so hot, you have no air conditioner, and even if you have, you can't pay that gas, you know you can't. Think about ghetto people that way. They have the same life over and over again for so many years because people like you stole it from them. So then when you get shot in the street, when people like this walk in your house and kill your entire family, you don't know why it's happening. Oh, that person is so mean, he killed everyone in that film. Why haven't you ever asked yourself why those guys don't kill me? I've been through everywhere. I done so many fucking shit. Why no one killed me? Why? Haven't you ever thought or asked yourself, why do you think I don't know? Only with one guy in the entire world, I can take over the entire planet. Only one guy helping me, I can take over the whole thing. I won't be blowing banks and stealing marked and bills and stuff. I'm not going to be doing this. You know, but what I think is that women, they need men to take over our manly, because women don't have a voice throughout men. So they need to focus first. Who is the man now? Okay, in Brazil, who is the man here? Oh, this guy seems to be the leader, so let's take over him. And then let's make him be more feminine, and then let's make him feel more cozy. And then we're going to start changing things. Change his hair, change his clothes, and then we're going to start giving him suggestions to do his nails. And he's oh, put some makeup on. Or why don't you use a underpant or underwear, panties and stuff? Or why don't you care more about your style and stuff? That's how women work, man. You know, when you there's a lot of women they hypnotize men. For example, Nicole Kidman, for example. I think Nicole Kidman is so cute. She's so cute. Americans, they do this to a lot of guys. They bring a cute girl with a married man. And then I think they have the fantasy of a guy fucking his wife in front of her husband. They did this. They tried to do this with me many times. They tried on Tiburon. Was a very hot woman. I thought many times he was sweet. The husband was very sweet. But I still have principles, and I didn't want to do it. But she was very invited. I didn't do it, but that was my chance to do something different. They were rich. They invited me, but I felt like it, but I didn't do anything. When I was in New York, I had another couple walking towards me. They were gorgeous. I felt like it again, but I didn't do it because I had the principles. This happens to me many times, but they don't send what I want. You know, this is what makes me feel like, what is the trick? Where is the catch? I don't understand where is the catch. What I really want, they make into, for example, that little girl's called Dakota. That girl, the actress Dakota, she's gorgeous. She's almost perfect. She's just not perfect because she's not who I thought she was. But that girl, she was built not to be in fetish. They're putting her in fetish to get beat up by a cowboy character or something that they built to. The cowboy character is the main guy that they put those girls into fetish and stuff. Probably after he beat them, he might give them like 2 millions or something. 2 billions, not 2 millions or something, or 2 million in a car. Or maybe some just drugs. Maybe they just control them with drugs. But that girl, she's not, you don't know her. You have no idea who she is. None of you know who she is or who Nicole Kidman is. You don't know none of those girls. You're just a bunch of like savages. And like I said, stop putting your stuff in Africa because we might win you, you know. And then when things change and I'm on the other side, you're gonna be, oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be, oh, I told you. I might make it, you know. I'm not dead yet. You should talk to people when they're dead. When you should celebrate when they're dead. I'm not dead yet. You know, you don't, there is Jesus. I don't see you using Jesus' name. There is Jesus' name. There is Jesus' body. Jesus' body is not being used. Only Elizabeth is using her economy circle. I'm here in Brazil full of guys that they're cynical, they're sarcastic. The majority of them, they're gay. They already money washed and they have money set up somewhere. You know, if I can get out of here, maybe I can surpass this BS. Now think about it. Presentation. What is it? Presentation. Yeah. But let's just leave you with presentation because the dimensions in São Paulo might listen to my hearers talking, you know, as they're getting all the toys and stuff. Let's see if I can win them and surpass them. Have a good night.